What kinds of things are human beings? That's a tough question, and historically people have given two kinds of answers. One answer is that human beings are essentially spiritual, that humans are really souls, and souls are non-physical, so humans are essentially non-physical things. What about the human body then? Thinkers who give this answer have tended to say that the soul inhabits a body, or uses a body, or even sometimes that the soul is trapped within the body, like a prison. In any case, the body on this view is not an essential part of the human being, because the real human is the soul. The other answer commonly given to the question of what a human being is that humans are a special kind of animal. People who have answered like this have thought the body, far from being non-essential, is a vital part of the human person. Animals are bodily creatures, so if humans are a special kind of animal, they are bodily creatures. What might surprise you is that St Thomas takes the second view, that humans are a special kind of animal. So he makes the body a key part of the human being and thinks humans are essentially bodily, not essentially non-physical. Before we get on to the difficulties with a view like St Thomas's, let's think about why that might be a good view for a Christian to hold. The central event of Christianity, the life of Jesus, and especially his death and resurrection, are about what God did in a human body. It was what Jesus did in his body, what was done to him in his body, the wounds inflicted on him and his cruel death, and God's answer to that by raising Jesus' body from the dead, that is the core of our Christian faith. So Christians could never have a view of human beings that made the body unimportant. St. Paul says in 2 Corinthians 5 that we will be judged for what we have done in our bodies. But even without thinking from the point of view of our Christian faith, it is obvious that our bodies are very important to human life. Actually, I think it's one of the things that this COVID pandemic makes obvious to us. It's better than nothing to be able to give these little talks by video, but it would be so much better to be with you, talking face to face. We deeply miss the physical contact of being able to shake hands, to hug our friends, to meet up with them. I think Jamaicans are more affected by these things even than British people are. Jamaican Mass is a physical affair with people clapping and dancing and interacting. Jamaicans are very aware, I think, of the importance of the physical. What about the soul then? Well, St. Thomas believed in the soul, of course he did. But first let me say that he thought, and I think, that all living things have souls. What he meant by the word soul is just whatever makes a living thing to be alive. So if something is alive, it has a soul, which is whatever makes it to live. Human souls are very special, though, and that's because humans have not just a different kind of life from the other animals, but in a certain way, we are more alive. Humans have two things they do, which makes our lives much deeper and richer than the other animals. We share with the other animals a life of the senses, sight, hearing, touch, and so on, and a life of emotion, delight, sadness, pain, anger, joy. We can desire things in a sensual way, like when our mouths start to salivate when we smell good food. But we can also think about things, and we can also desire things in a new way, not simply for how they look or smell to us, but for how we see them as good. I can desire medicine to make me healthy, even if it is disgusting tasting, for example. And this new way of desiring is the foundation of our human ability to love. Although we are animals, if St. Thomas is right, only the human animal can rise up and truly and freely know and love God. And so tomorrow and the next day, I will go on to talk about living our lives in a way that leads to God. So that's the end of my talk, but I just wanted to add at the end here, just a thank you for listening to my talks. It's been very interesting to notice that the numbers of viewers has been falling off gradually as the series goes by. And I realize that this kind of hard thinking about our faith is not for everybody. Not everybody enjoys doing it. Not everybody feels that they're capable of doing it, though I actually think they're wrong about that. I think we're more capable of these things than we think. But I really appreciate those of you who've stuck with me and enjoyed the series so far. Please do like and subscribe the video, subscribe to the channel and like the video if you enjoyed it, and comment. Tell me what you think I could be doing better, and give responses to the arguments I make if that's something you'd like to do. I'm always happy to talk about these things. But thank you anyway for listening and for sticking with me, and I hope you'll get something out of doing that. God bless.